All right, I'm going to do a quick video on the TractorPlus smart connector. Just got it today. And the directions you get, pretty vague. Tells you basically to go to a general website and search it. Something I didn't do, and there's QR codes going back to the smart connector. These QR codes do not work. This one here will not pull up anything. This one will pull up a website, but it doesn't go anywhere. So they're not really functional. So the connector, when you do get it, you get 2 wire ties, the connector, the harness. And for the 3025D, connects right here. Just pull that plug off, or pull the cap off rather. And so now you've got your harness. Here's the connector. You're going to put it on there, rotate it, right? Once it drops into place, then you're just going to twist till it clicks, if you hear that click. And then this connector right here, it actually will connect to the smart connector. Let's see if I can get that to zoom in. But once you do get it connected, you want to push this red piece down to lock it in place. So I've got my smart connector connected to the plug. I'm going to push it because I'm only using one hand. Now it clicks. You'll see the blue light. It'll start flashing. Take your red piece right here and just push it in to secure it. And then, I mean, it's really up to you where you want to mount it. You can mount it with wire ties, or you can get machine screws and mount it that way. Completely up to you and how you want to do it. I haven't decided. I just want it to look good, so I'm going to take my time and figure that part out. All right, once you've got it connected, you've got your placement set for the actual connector. What you want to do is turn your key switch to the accessory mode only. Then don't start it, just put it in accessory, okay? All right, so I'm gonna walk you through the app. Here we are, accessories on. We're gonna add the machine to my phone with the Bluetooth on, of course. You're going to click the plus sign. There's my John Deere there. All right, now you're gonna put your PIN number in. I've copied and pasted it from the picture. Here is my tractor. You can name it, completely up to you. For me, if you're gonna have multiple pieces of equipment, I do. BHG, it's the initials of our farm here, 3025D, keeping it simple. You put in your entered service date. I bought it last week, so putting that in there. Now I'm going to add the equipment. All right. Now you'll see the hours. There's the hours, 5.6. I'm going to click on that. The 2 is the 2 trouble codes. We'll talk about that in a second. Here's all the information for the tractor, maintenance, trouble codes. We'll go over those briefly. Smart connector, you want to make sure that's connected. Fuel level, live data. Now here's the live data. I'm going to get out of the seat. All right, operator not present, sitting back down. If you're tilling or anything like that and you want a bigger screen than what's on the dashboard, get a cell phone mount. I think this looks great. All right, now we're going to go to implements. And here's all the implements that are compatible with my tractor. There's a ton of stuff that you could select from. If you click on those, they do have videos. Parts, it goes to your serial number, or PIN number rather, automatically pulls up. Before I bought the tractor, I wanted to make sure service parts were cheap. We'll look at the belt, for example, because belts and filters, that's just part of routine maintenance. The belt, after looking it up with my dealership and region, it was about $16, $17. The air filter, the oil filters, they're all relatively cheap. I think the oil filter was 10 to 15 bucks for the engine. Not bad at all, especially if you're going to stay OEM. But you can add it to the cart. You can either pick it up at the dealership or have them directly ship it to you. Now we're going to go up. All right, trouble codes. 2 inactive codes. That means they are not current faults. Okay, they're inactive. So what happened, I started it up, or actually I didn't even start it up. I just turned it off, cranked it over a couple of times, and it's going to fault out. You can look those codes up. The manuals are all not within the trouble codes, but within troubleshooting. If you click on maintenance here, give it a second. All right, here's maintenance. You've got all your checks. You can click on maintenance instructions, and we'll click on that just to give you an idea of what it looks like. It's obviously going to refer you to the operator's manual, but this is really nice, especially if you're like me and like technology. It shows you what tires, what lugs, where, what torque, and also if you scroll all the way down to the bottom, it tells you to drive 100 meters, 109 yards before placing it under load, retighten. I like that. It's really handy. So I want to show you the engine oil level right here. This is another nice little perk. We'll click on maintenance instructions first, but it tells you where the dipstick is, where your fill neck is. Yeah, pretty basic. And then right there, C and D, the check for the level. I work for an OEM, a global OEM, and we get so many phone calls about checking oil level and what's what. So if you scroll down, there's your associated parts. Of course, my oil viscosity depends on my region, what I'm going to run, what time of year it is, what my temperatures are going to be. So those obviously go to your operator's manual and figure out what your temperature is going to be and when's the next time you're going to change the oil. And there's all kinds of different options, 2.5 gallon, 5 gallon, quarts, whatever you're going to need. You can click on them. Same thing with the air filter and the oil filter. You can add them to the cart, have them at your dealership, or just have them shipped to you. Which I think is really nice. Makes it really convenient. Yeah, there you go, James River or John Deere store. It's going to be dependent on what dealer is near you. All right, and that's the 4-hour service. There's your coolant level, same thing. It's not going to be like oil, but you've got your concentrate, your premix. For me, I'd probably just buy a gallon. That's probably what I'm going to do. I like having stuff on the shelf. I don't like having to go to the store to go buy stuff. Yep, or you can email the list to your dealer. Completely up to you and what you want to do. It takes about 2 or 3 days for the John Deere store to ship to me. Just for the convenience, I like them to just ship it to me. Yeah, and right there, you just put your dealer in and click submit. There's so many different options. It completely depends on you. Or you can add the part manually. Yeah, there you go. Here's your work, and I really like this one. You can click Track Now. You can yeah, here we go. We're back. Track Now. So you can click mowing. There's all different types of things, loader work, tilling, really whatever you're doing, you can select. Mostly what I do is tilling and stuff like that, but you change your implement width, your coverage. I'm in a metal building right now, so it's not going to show my location immediately. It's going to take just a second. Yeah, there we go. There's my tractor, and it'll show you your acreage that you've covered, how long you've run. Really like that a lot as well, especially if you're doing things on a truly planned level. Yeah, there you go. And once you see live view, obviously it's not running right now, but you'll see engine speed and stuff like that. You can save it just so you can look back on it. It's another nice feature of having history. Some OEMs don't have a history. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. I like the app. It's simple. It's really easy to use.